The Fever team are soft. They're charming soft. They're absolutely charming soft. The only player on that roster right now that'll get in anyone's face was the person who got hit in Lexie. And she won't even do it often. They are charming soft. Like, they're the softest team in the league. And that, when you take out Sophie Cunningham, that...
When is somebody besides Sophie Cunningham gonna show a pair? I mean, so many of you players in this league want to act like dudes. Where are you?
The Indiana Fever just got exposed in the worst possible way, and fans are absolutely furious about what they witnessed during their recent matchup against the Minnesota Lynx, when Lexi Hall took a vicious elbow straight to the face. Her own teammates did absolutely nothing to defend her. Nothing. And that has basketball fans questioning whether this Fever squad has any fight left in them at all. Let me paint the picture for you. Hull is battling for position when she gets absolutely clocked by an opponent's elbow. We're talking about a direct hit to the face that would make anyone see stars. The kind of play that in any competitive basketball environment should immediately have teammates rushing over to check on their player and send a clear message that this kind of aggression won't be tolerated.
I'm going to need this team to act just a tiny bit bothered when one of their teammates gets clocked. Just standing around staring, ? It makes them look soft. Oh, interesting. So we know the play, right?
We're going to look at it.
Let's just take a look. Oh, you ain't going to get me on the strikes of the copyrights. So boom, right there. That's it. The right straight to the kisser / nostril area. Boom. I mean, Lexi Hall gets her sinuses cleaned, for crying out loud. Gets a sinuses treatment. Boom. This is Aaliyah Boston. What the hell you doing the oh my goodness?
But what happened instead was absolutely embarrassing. The Fever players stood around like they were watching a nature documentary. Aaliyah Boston, who should be the enforcer as the team center, just covered her mouth in shock, like she'd witnessed something traumatic. No confrontation, no getting in the opponent's face, no protective instincts whatsoever.
Yeah, supporting the wrong team. Your teammate is down, y'all standing and acting shocked while having to drag into hell.
Look, there's a reason why this kind of crap keeps happening. It keeps happening because the teammates will not stick up for other teammates.
This isn't just about one incident either. This has become a disturbing pattern for the Indiana Fever throughout the season. Time and time again, we've seen opposing players take liberties with Fever players, especially the team stars, and the response from teammates has been consistently weak. It's like they're playing in some kind of gentleman's agreement league, where physical confrontation is completely off limits. Basketball has always been a physical sport where teams protect their own. When someone takes a cheap shot at your teammate, you don't just stand there and hope the referees handle it. You get in their face. You let them know that there will be consequences for targeting your players. You establish respect through strength and solidarity. Think about the great teams throughout basketball history. The Bad Boy Pistons didn't become legendary just because of their skill. They earned respect because everyone knew that if you came at one of their players, you have to deal with the entire team. The same goes for teams like the Miami Heat's championship squads, or even going back to the Celtics and Lakers of the 80s. These teams had each other's backs unconditionally.
Nobody doing nothing. Nobody's saying nothing off this team at all. I mean, and that's why this keeps happening. They are soft. They look soft. Maybe it really is a private club they just aren't a part of. Howard and Boston didn't say a word. I don't know what Boston has been doing when it comes to these incidents. You are the center on this. You are Bill Cartwright to Michael Jordan. That's what you are. Where have you been? What are you doing exactly? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. AB, when a teammate gets leveled every damn time, yeah, you turn into Richard Simmons being shocked. If you're old enough to know who that is, and that's who that is. And guys, he wasn't the hardest dude on the planet. That's sort of the point of that. McBride should have gone to the ground for that elbow. Nobody doing anything. Man, we miss Sophie. It's part of the Fever's players' softness, or worse. Look at Boston, seeing this mug, Lexi, in horror, but doing nothing. Just like not protecting the paint. Sophie would have made a statement. Exactly.
The psychological impact of this passive approach cannot be overstated. When opposing players see that the Fever won't retaliate or even show basic protective instincts, it essentially gives them a green light to be more aggressive. Why wouldn't you be more physical against a team that has demonstrated they won't respond? It's basic basketball psychology. What makes this situation even more frustrating is that the Fever have talented players who should be stepping up in these moments. Boston is a former national champion and #1 draft pick. She has the size and presence to be intimidating, yet she consistently fails to use those physical advantages to protect her teammates. Other veteran players on the roster also seem content to let these incidents slide without any pushback. The coaching staff deserves criticism here too. Part of building team chemistry and identity involves establishing a culture where players will fight for each other. If the message from the sidelines is to avoid any kind of confrontation, then players will naturally become passive in these situations. Sometimes coaches need to send a message that protecting teammates is more important than avoiding technical fouls.
And if you can't get ejected for this, I don't know what you can get ejected for. Like this play right here, I kid you not, like Caleb McBride could have easily broken Lexi Hall's nose. So if you guys didn't see the play, this was it. So McBride comes down with a rebound. Lexi Hall tries to reach around. Hall doesn't really have hands on her by the looks of things. Yeah, her hand's here. It's a foul on Lexi Hall. Cool. It's a foul on Lexi Hall. It is what it is. Then Caleb McBride has a bite. At this stage, by the time Caleb McBride's here, Lexi Hall's nowhere near. And then she clocks her in the face with an elbow.
Fans are comparing the situation to other WNBA teams that have shown much more backbone when their players get targeted. Teams like the Phoenix Mercury have players who won't hesitate to get in someone's face when a teammate gets hit with a cheap shot, even if it results in technical fouls or ejections. It sends a clear message that there are consequences for targeting their players. The most concerning aspect is how this weakness might be affecting the team's overall performance and confidence. When players don't feel like their teammates have their back, it can create hesitation and fear that impacts every aspect of their game. Why would you drive aggressively to the basket if you know that getting fouled hard won't result in any support from your bench?
Just come on. And once again, we're pointing the fingers at who? At who? The biggest gangster in the land. That is Kathy Engelbert, bro. She's saying nothing yet again. Another Indiana Fever player, potentially, I'm going to say intentionally mauled. She was mauled here.
This soft reputation is also potentially impacting how referees officiate Fever games. Officials are human beings who subconsciously respond to the energy and intensity that teams bring. When they see a team that doesn't advocate for itself or react to questionable calls and physical play, they might be less likely to give that team the benefit of the doubt on close calls. The solution isn't necessarily for Fever players to start throwing punches or getting into actual fights, but there's a middle ground between being overly aggressive and being completely passive. A simple chest bump, getting between players, or even just showing some emotional fire can go a long way toward establishing respect around the league. As the season progresses, the Fever need to decide what kind of identity they want to have. Are they going to continue being the team that other squads can push around without consequence? Or will they finally show some backbone and demonstrate that targeting their players comes with a price? Because right now, they're sending all the wrong messages, and fans are absolutely right to be frustrated with this lack of competitive fire and teammate loyalty.